Okay, well, welcome everyone. As chair of the NDY Reconciliation Action Plan Committee, welcome to the NDY inaugural Reconciliation Action Plan launch. I'd like to start by providing an acknowledgement of land. NDY respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Boon Wurrung and the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We acknowledge their unique connection to their lands and waters, language, law, kinship and ceremony. Through this acknowledgement, we commit to ongoing learning and understanding on our path to reconciliation. I would like to acknowledge my gratitude that we share this land, my sorrow for some of the costs of that sharing, and my hope and belief that we can move to a place of equity and partnership together. Now, to help us celebrate the launch of our Reconciliation Action Plan today, I have the honour of introducing to you local elder Uncle Nanyira, who have the privilege of joining today to perform the Welcome to Country for us. Now, Uncle Nanyira will also be accompanied by the Kumari Aboriginal dancers who have travelled from Sydney to join us today. Master of the traditional didgeridoo master, Russell Dawson, and spiritual songman, Cecil McLeod. Round of applause. Both of which have performed in front of royalty and the Prime Minister of Australia. So over to you, Uncle.
Oh, Wajiwala. Can you say Wajiwala?
Wajiwala.
That's Wajiwala there. That's his name I gave him. I mean, deadly black snake. Wajiwala. Now, can you say Yunongo Ngadhango? Can you say that for me? Big loud voice. Yunongo Ngadhango. That means you're not much to look at, but you're all there. Wandala Nangarangali Buddha Birabira, our great spirit, creator of all things. Yungo Bangai, Wajiwala Nabidini. Please give us plenty of spiritual guide. Let us wanyarina, let us listen, let us minuna, understand. What you got on the wangana, what you got on the kantina, from the dance of the yiriki and the wanga, the songs and stories told from the dream time. As the ancestors would say, wanyarina and minuna, listen and understand. Listen to the trees, from the roots of the trees to the leaves of the trees. The culture comes up through our feet and up through our spirit and our mind. With our culture, all the initiation ceremonies of our culture teaches us that when you go through those ceremonies, you have the Bible of chemistry, anthropologists, all those comes through the dreamings of your culture. And you are blessed with the land. So listen to the land listens to you. Listen to the sky, speak to the sky, they listen to you. And that's how we learn from the atmosphere, from whence the Madagarina, Kanakarana, the family gani, but I mean you're gonna Alice Spring gani. When the comet landed in Alice Springs, that big crater you see, they bring all the Aboriginal people dreaming here to their country. Then we're Kanakarana, Ngarangana, Jarangana, a man and woman walked upon the earth, become hunters and gatherers, and share the culture of the dreaming between one with the rocks universe. As the old people would say, all things created will be a part of you, the sun, the moon, the stars, the rocks, the possum, the fish, the birds, the animals, all creatures living, all one together in the dreaming.
Thank you, Uncle Nanyira, for your message on your land, your waters, your people and your culture. We respect it. Just a little bit about our Reconciliation Action Plan process. In early 2019, NDY set along a long commitment to do our part in furthering reconciliation with Australian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and communities. We believe this is not only the right thing to do for our business and for First Australians, but for a more prosperous future for Australia as a whole. Reconciliation Australia are the leading body for reconciliation in Australia and were established in 2001. Over the years, they have developed a Reconciliation Action Plan, or RAP framework, known as the RISE framework, which continues to achieve tangible outcomes towards reconciliation in areas of race relations, unity, historical acceptance, equality and equity and institutional integrity. Now there are 4 types of RAP: reflect, innovate, stretch and elevate. Each type of RAP is designed to suit an organisation at different stages of progressing towards reconciliation and aims to build strong relationships, respect and opportunities within the organisation and community. Given their experience, NDY were keen to ensure we had the guidance of support of Reconciliation Australia as we embark on our reconciliation journey. And we set about establishing our first RAP called a Reflect RAP. By August 2019, NDY had established a RAP working group consisting of 15 passionate individuals from across all of our Australian offices. And at this stage, I would like to acknowledge the great work from Jennifer Boxall from our People and Culture team, who led our Reflect RAP, coordinated and provided the work towards an endorsement of our RAP overall. As a committee led by Jen, we had met multiple times since, and in consultation with Reconciliation Australia, have proceeded to articulate a long-term vision for reconciliation and to develop a Reflect RAP, which we are pleased to have formally endorsed. Our Reflect RAP is a public document that outlines our goals and intentions for reconciliation over the coming year. We are proud to have it available for download from the NDY website as well as on Reconciliation Australia's website. I look forward to seeing our vision for reconciliation come to life from here on. I'd now like to hand over to Stuart Fowler to provide an overview of our vision and goals for reconciliation. Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you, Sam, and this is just fantastic. Firstly, I share and support all of the very important acknowledgements that Sam made earlier on all of our behalf, on NDY's behalf and everyone here, in relation to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet here today. So thank you for those acknowledgements, Sam. And I want to offer my very personal and sincere thanks to Uncle Nanira and the guys for their fantastic and special welcome to country as well. And I also welcome and thank all of our guests here for joining us today on this very special occasion. NDY's commitment to developing RAP has grown from our understanding of the inequality that exists between Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples and non-Indigenous Australians. We recognise that true reconciliation leads to prosperity for all Australians. It's our aspiration that all Australians enjoy the same opportunities in life, enabling everyone to walk together to a successful future. NDY acknowledges Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as being the traditional custodians of their lands, and we recognise the importance of preserving and enabling the continued development of Indigenous Australia's wide variety of cultures and customs. I believe that through education and a willingness to listen and learn, we can foster a greater appreciation and acceptance of the past and inspire non-Indigenous Australians to champion for positive futures and equality for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and communities. Now, NDY wants to be recognised as a company that takes collaborative, practical and sustainable action to positively impact the life circumstances of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. And I believe that our own NDY people can be active agents for change and important ambassadors for driving attitudinal change in our communities. I want NDY to be a company that works in partnership with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and communities to create meaningful, long-lasting relationships that support reconciliation and encourage participation and employment in engineering. NDY aspires to become an employer of choice for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples in engineering. We want to be recognised by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as a respectful company to work with through our willingness to listen and to respond to community groups. And we will also seek to expand the participation of Indigenous-owned and operated businesses within our own supply chain. NDY will endeavour to improve its approach to reconciliation over time by building on successes and by reporting on progress and setting new, more ambitious goals through future RAPs. So with enthusiasm, I look forward to seeing NDY's contribution to reconciliation improve as we embed our RAP commitments across our business. I strongly encourage all NDY staff to read the detailed actions contained in our RAP and familiarise yourself with the training and resources available on the new NDY Reconciliation Wiki. So to kick off implementation of our RAP, NDY will be inviting staff to participate in a cultural training survey over the next 2 weeks. The information gathered is important to help us shape future reconciliation-related activities and will provide us a valuable set of baseline data to help us measure the impact of our reconciliation efforts going forward over time. So now, it's indeed my great pleasure to introduce to you Tracy Wise, Indigenous Arts Officer from the Torch. The Torch employs Indigenous arts officers to deliver the statewide Indigenous Arts in Prisons and Community program to those Indigenous men and women in Victorian prisons, and to support participants who are transitioning back into the community. The Torch focuses on the role of culture and cultural identity in the rehabilitative process for our Indigenous prisoners. Tracy has been working at a grassroots community level for over 20 years in various roles in both New South Wales and Victoria. She describes her life's work as supporting and guiding mob to overcome challenges in life. Tracy is a spiritual visual artist with a strong understanding of her own culture and a long background in supporting community members. Tracy has kindly offered to speak today to us about the Torch and the work that she does, as well as the meaning behind, down there, the particular piece of artwork that NDY has chosen to represent our Reconciliation Action Plan. So will you please join me in welcoming Tracy today.
Yamakara Nai means hello, hello. My name is Tracy Wise and I'm a proud Barkindji woman. I'm also a descendant of the Nyampa and affiliated with the Watchabolik Gunai Kurnai mob and the Bundjalung Wiradjuri mob. I'm an Indigenous arts officer at the Torch and support Sheldon, one of our in-prison artists whose beautiful artwork you have purchased to appear on your Reconciliation Action Plan. The Torch delivers the Indigenous Arts in Prison and Community program, which supports the development of self-esteem, confidence and resilience to the reoffending cycle through cultural strengthening and artistic expression. The Torch assists artists to reconnect with culture, foster new networks and pursue educational and arts industry pathways upon their release. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders continue to be overrepresented in the justice system. First Nations Australians make up around 2% of the Australian adult population, yet represent 28% of the national prison population. The Torch aims to reduce the rate of reoffending by encouraging the exploration of the identity and culture through arts program to define a new pathway upon release. All artworks sold via the Torch deliver 100% of the purchase price to the artist, making a significant financial and social impact on the artists, their families and communities. By embracing participants as artists, rather than offenders and ex-offenders, the Torch provides an avenue for change. On behalf of Sheldon, who I was privileged to visit yesterday in prison, I would like to thank you for purchasing his artwork. It is great to see companies such as Norman, Disney and Young invest in the future of reconciliation in this country. I'd like to introduce Sheldon, who gave me a few words to say on his behalf. Sheldon is a proud Indigenous man with connections to Queensland and Victoria. And as an artist, Sheldon's identity, culture, heritage is very important to him as it helps him connect to his children, his community. He is very proud that you have chosen his artwork. The artwork featured throughout your wrap is titled Treaty and was painted in 2019. Sheldon's story for the artwork is as follows. The meaning of treaty is a formal agreement between warring nations. It includes peace treaties, an entente understanding between parties, the discussion of terms and means of negotiation to form peace, truth, alliance between the parties. However, to us, treaty is recognition. This is our dreaming. This painting tells the story of our hopes and dreams. It represents the land and the healing process, as well as the treaty we long for. It tells our voice, our truth, and that one day we will return home to country. It lets us work together for a shared future. The symbol on the outside of the painting represents message sticks that have been sent across the states from all who wish to be heard. The second inner symbols depict different clan shields from the 5 Kulin nations. The third inner circle depicts symbols that hold great significance to our dreaming. These symbolise our male and female elders who have been called upon to share our voice, to show peace and to lead us into the future. The fourth inner circle represents all our people's fingerprints who have chosen their voice to be heard from the committee. Our elders represent us and put our voice in government, allowing us to heal, to place our footprint back onto the land so that we can finally call this country home. The last inner circle represents our nation and our people who are guardians of this country. The red is the blood we and our country shared. The yellow is the sun, which brings us life. And black represents our people. I've also used my fingers to represent the people who hold the stories of our ancestors. That is why this painting is called Treaty. This is my dreaming. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy, for that insight into Sheldon and the message behind his artwork. The artwork will be proudly hung in all NDY Australian offices, and I look forward to enjoying the artwork as I travel around the country. Now, I think we've got one more performance.
Thank you. My name is Watiwalo Dumgodiani Banjalang Gumoroi, short as Russell. Thank you. As I said before, my uncle, he did like a traditional welcome song and dance for everybody. And it's very, very important that we massage Mother Earth with our jinans, our feet. And I've known Uncle since I was about 3 years old. He's actually trained me up since I was a young baby. So it's very, very important. It's good to be able to be on the same stage as him like 40 years later. So it's not too bad, is it? And I'm still half as good as him, yeah? But I'm going to say some, give you a couple of quick sounds of the didgeridoo. Why we call it didgeridoo? Mr. Charles Darwin, when he first heard it be played, he heard that sound didgeridoo, just like this. So he named it the nickname didgeridoo. Did you all hear that? Yep. Some of the animal calls. This one is a dingo. He's best made as a kangaroo. You like fast food? Yeah, the emu. The snake. Me. A little baby bird. The mopoke, he's the night owl. An Australian laughing kookaburra bird. So you ready? I'm gonna put it together for you now and get the sounds of didgeridoo, yeah? So now you're gonna understand what I'm actually playing, yeah? You wanna play a quick game? A guessing game, yeah? I'll do the animals, you're gonna guess what they are, get it right, give the thumbs up, I'll do the animal for you. Sounds cool? Here we go. Thank you. On behalf of Komari, just want to congratulate you on your RAP. It's very important that we all come together for the great spirit of peace and reconciliation. And getting to know the country is to get to know the people first, then get to know the country. Job well done. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell, for those beautiful sounds of country. Thank you to Uncle Ninyira. Thank you to Tracy. Most of all, thank you for all of you who attended today and for your involvement on our journey for reconciliation. Now, we've got some morning tea for you all. Please enjoy. Morning tea was provided by Power Catering. Power Catering are in West Footscray, and they are an Indigenous provider using First Nation ingredients, so please enjoy.